Walk alone when the smoke starts rising. Walk alone when the earth stands still. Stand tall when I'm up to no good again. Stand tall when the shit gets real. Walk alone in the sea of misfits. Walk alone through the herd of sheep. Way down to the depths of my soul. I walk alone on my home to free. Walk alone. I walk alone. My home to free. Walk alone. I walk alone. I thought that I was already at the bottom of this ocean, drowning in my sorrows with my chest ripped wide open, just hoping for a miracle, praying for a blessing, reaching out to God. Lord, I hope I learn my lesson. I've been restless in this pursuit of happiness I'm chasing. Policeman, don't shoot, I just got off probation, trying to fight off temptation from my past life I'm erasing. Relationships I've ruined and these demons I've been evading, and nobody else can save me. Some people say I'm crazy, I'm just crazy about my daughter. I would die for my baby. I worry about her daily, cause her mama's so damn shady, telling lies and trying to play me. Broke my heart and started to change me. Maybe it's just meant to be, happiness ain't meant for me. I guess I'll just walk alone, gotta keep me.
Good morning. Morning, Stars.
Good morning, GA. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. Have you got your cup of coffee?
Okay. I'm 2 pots coffee gone, and I'm like on my Dr. Pepper. I do apologize, but I've been up for 5 hours, so we're moving on. Sorry. I couldn't drag coffee time out any longer. You got your coffee?
I do.
Nice.
I'm on my second cup. Good morning, Immense. Congratulations on being the first in the door. Morning, Fawn. Morning, Hoot. How are you guys doing? It's good to see everybody on this early Tuesday morning.
Pretty early. It's chilly out. Oh my goodness. It's 33 degrees here in Ohio. What's it doing for you?
It's in the 50s here, and it's cloudy. It's supposed to be raining.
Right. They said snow, but I haven't seen it yet. Maybe I don't know, there's something out there specking around. I'm not sure what it is. We can't see the sky though, so it'll be another dreary day, and it's definitely cold here.
Right. Take your time, Immense. Oh, everybody got their coffee and chat?
Right.
Or their breakfast?
Cigarette. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Absolutely. I'm here to tell y'all it's cold this morning.
That's ridiculous.
I know most people's like, you said it's only 50-something degrees at your house. That's not cold. That's cold for the South.
Right. People in Georgia don't want to feel that kind of weather. No, we don't want to feel cold. But I see that all the way from the bottom of the country to Canada, straight up, it's nothing but rain or snow or wind. So a lot of folks this morning in the country being affected by some chilly weather and rain and such.
Right. Well, I see that, Hope. Morning, Miss Deanna. How are you? She said it's 30 in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan.
Right? Ooh, right. And they're just getting nothing but kinds of wonky weather up in Michigan, too. I've seen that. Winds and snow and rain. And it's kind of early. I mean, so be it, it's winter, but it's kind of early for the temps.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Oh, nice.
That definitely is.
Nice.
Hey, Jeep. How are you, hon? I ain't seen you in a while.
Hey, Jeep.
It's good to see you.
Good morning. right?
Oh.
Oh, all the nicknames are so fun.
Right?
You know, we just call Fawn anything. We just call her all kinds of stuff, but I know there's like little nicknames out there for everybody.
Absolutely. Y'all pull up, grab y'all a cup of coffee.
Or cheeseburger, or I don't know.
Right.
I could
Or
do cheese
Dr. Pepper.
or Dr. Pepper, right? Oh no, I'm hungry. I'm a cheeseburger, kind of person for breakfast and like eggs for dinner type of person. I'm like the opposite.
Yeah, shoot, I'll go in there and get spaghetti out the refrigerator and heat it up and eat it for breakfast.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm like, whatever we had for dinner last night, I'd be like, can I heat that up?
Right. And just so everybody knows, I'll stick some of my cans, jars of potatoes sealed.
Excuse me. Nice.
I was worried about one or two of them when I went to bed last night, but they are now officially all sealed.
Nice. High five.
Right?
Right? She's getting that done. She is getting it done.
Ooh. Let me go check on this kid and make sure his mama's still in there with him.
Right? That's when you're like, uh-oh, where'd they go? What are they doing? That's why I advise kid corrals.
Right. His mama's still in there with him, so we good. We good.
Right?
So we are 10 minutes into this. Being that we're starting a new show,
What?
I know, and it's a different time.
It's annually now?
Yes. It's not annually, it is every week, honey.
We're trying.
Morning, cowboy.
I'm trying.
I was work last night, cowboy.
Hoot's comments funny.
Right?
That's funny.
Absolutely. They got me hooked, Hoot. They got me hooked. Hook, line, and sinker.
Mhm.
But I know we'll have people coming in to chat that we don't normally get. And
Right,
so I
morning.
figured,
I'm sorry, go.
morning, Susanna. It sucked as usual. Cowboy. But I figured maybe to probably
Uh-oh, breaking up, hon.
yeah, I had a phone call come through.
Okay.
It was an 800 number, so I ain't worried about it.
Mm.
But I figured I should probably go over the chat. I don't want to call them rules, but I don't recognize really any other way to put it, right? I believe in the freedom of speech. We do have, some of the older people coming into our chat. So I kind of like to keep my chat clean. As in, a crude comment here or there, that's okay. But let's not dwell on it. I'm not fussing at nobody or nothing, so please don't take this that way. I try to think of chat as a whole. I don't want to offend nobody. Of course, no racial slurs or comments. that will result in an automatic ban. What, baby?
I need the honey.
Well, go get me a honey and bring it here. Georgiana guidelines. There we go. There we go. That works. So, yeah, I lost my train of thought. The 3-year-old come out here.
Oh, yeah.
Morning, Joe. Agreed. Last night, Starzz was way out of control, according to Fawn. Just saying. Just saying.
Now, look, I apologize for my F-bomb because that's not my character on the YouTube panel. So I do apologize for that.
Hell, I thought it was funny.
I know you did, but I still got to say I'm sorry because I felt weird saying it. I'm like, no, I didn't. So just say it.
What are you doing? No, sir, that's not what we do with our honey. Quit. You want to tear it? Come here.
What do we do, Denise?
You know what you do. Turn around. Yeah. Fuck. This is gonna be fun.
Uh-oh.
Alright, go get on Nana's bed.
Okay, is it cold out there?
Yes, it's cold out there.
It's a whole thing now.
What?
Weird.
Move your hand.
I wanted to do
Oh my
it.
God. Cowboy, that's not true. It's so not true.
You
I do believe that
I
Cowboy
heard you.
flipped that word out first real loud. And then
Lie down.
here's a picture of something, and I said it out right after him. So he said it first. So you go back and you hear it. You know that Cowboy's full of it a little bit this morning. Wonder if I can. I was gonna share my vibe this morning. Let me see if I can do this. If it'll share it. It's my vibe this morning. Oh, yep. I want to be in the trees, in the woods, in one of these. That's my vibe this morning on a Tuesday. So I thought I'd share.
Alright, come on, stand up.
Move it around so there's no accidental
Can I please have a key?
star sighting that I don't need to be involved in. So, but yeah, I would love to be in the woods, and this was like the closest thing to the woods that I could find in the house. And is this not the cutest thing ever? I can't see with you guys seeing it, but it's super cute. It's a little camper.
I come in here to lay your brother down like you go in the living room, smart
Oh
ass.
my goodness, and Fawn. Oh my gosh, no shit. We got this at that big truck stop
Yep.
in Iowa. Just popped in my head, but we got this at that big truck stop in Iowa.
Why
Why you still like leaving? There's still like a whole growing joint in here.
Oh, easy. Come on, Zane.
my favorite. Mama.
Let's see.
No, my favorite.
Alright, that's one bathroom down.
Right?
I got one more, so I'll be right back. Y'all
Oh my-
forgive me, please.
Oh my goodness. Like I'm
You know, when one goes, they all have to go.
right, and then I'm alone, but it's okay. I'm, right, but yep. So how's everybody doing this morning? How's Cat Lady this morning? I don't know. I hope she got rest. I'm assuming she gets up and has like a whole bunch of stuff to do before she can sit down for 5 minutes. Starzz forces me to live in that little camper, y'all. I'm in there right now. Goodness. Living the camper life. I know I need like a little, because like realistically, this would be like the woods in the camper, but I would have a strand of twinkly lights somewhere. So that's my thing. That's my dream. I mean, literally, if I could just be in the woods, and I could do that for the rest of my life and be happy. What's going on with everybody else this morning? What's everybody doing today? Are you going outside? Are you braving the cold? Because I don't want to. I love camping. I do too, immense. I just wish that could be my life. And I only can sit out in the backyard in front of the fire pit for so long, so. Babies' bottoms have to be changed, but when they're old enough to bring you their pamper and tell you, then it's time. Potty train them. Right? Who has a suggestion? Right? Oh. Susanna. She's got that ambiance of snoring going on around her. Sometimes it relaxes people. Oh my gosh, GA. I told her I'd be fine as long as she didn't list me. She left me. Everybody have breakfast? What you guys doing? Tell me what you're all doing. That's what I want to know. Coffee and Well, it's not the same when I'm up here alone. Oh my gosh, what are you making for breakfast, cowboy? Something good, sticks to your ribs. Right? Susanna's relaxing. How's your oh, I forget stitches. How's your stitches, Susanna? See, I forget stuff. You cook in that tiny camper to Starzz feed you? Huh? Really? Right? Like, wouldn't this be great, though? I make her hunt and forage for her food. I meant you had a boiled egg this morning. Are you going to start doing that now? I know people who have done that. Every day, every single morning, hard-boiled egg. Some people would do 2 or 3, but as far as I know, it just needed to be 1 every day. The enzymes inside the egg yolk. Oh, don't quote me, but I just know it has something to do with the enzymes in the egg, and It literally helps burn fat and speed up your metabolism. And they're good for you. I mean, as long as you can still afford them, because we all know the prices are ridiculous. Egg, sausage, Texas toast, and coffee. What? That sounds yummy. Oh, not me. Oh my gosh. Really? How could I keep her in here and not feed her? Come on. I got it. So I got you. I'm awful because I'm like, where's that? Oh, I got it. When she gets hungry, she'd be fine. I got you. I got her. Rub up. No problem. She has a jar of candy. She just has to figure out how to get in the jar. She's good. All right, it's time for coffee. Yeah, but she's not here. So that's me in my awkward silence. Right? All that sounds good. Oh my gosh, don't be in top chat. Comments. If he had a quarter jar for every time he realizes he's in top chat, his jar would be full. I'm just saying. Right, so living the best life in the trees in a camper with some candy. Right? You don't need much more. GA. Oh my God. Oh, please help me. Oh, right. Coffee with Starzz and Peach. She's not here. And Starzz feels awkward. Oh, God. GA.
Sorry about that.
I don't think you are. Oh my God.
I am.
Woo. Thank goodness.
You know how it goes
Oh, I
with
know.
these two.
I tried my best.
You're good.
I even got out a jar of candy. I'm like, oh, I don't think I could ever do this alone. Honestly, I don't know. Just that one time when I was really upset and made a video, but other than that, I don't think I could do this.
Yeah, you could.
I don't know. I think I have to have an attitude. I don't know. Yeah, I was given immense stuff. Top chat. I don't get it.
Immense. Come
Right?
on down here to live chat and join in the fun and games.
And I was sharing my vibe with them because I wished I was in the trees in a little camper with candy. That's my vibe.
Right.
And then I realized that we got this at that truck stop by Fawn's. Yeah, I just realized that. Oh, don't break it, because Susanna put herself in there, and if I broke it, that's probably bad.
Yeah, don't break Susanna's house.
Shit.
Immense, how's your stomach doing this morning? Right.
Oh no, now I'm gonna end up
Welcome to a day in my life. Oh,
I don't know what I do. I was touching stuff on the computer. I don't know what I did.
you covered us up.
Okay. There we go.
Cowboy was on the dark side. Uh-oh.
Us going live in the morning. What's everybody doing? What's everybody want to talk about?
Right? That's what I was going to ask.
Right?
Because I ain't going to lie, I ain't been up long enough to look at anything.
To focus.
Right?
Well, other than weather, nothing's changed that much since we all went to bed. I mean, the thumbnails are ridiculous, okay?
And you got people preaching yesterday about doomsday preppers and then turn around today and that's all they want to talk about is doomsday.
Right? Try not so much doom and gloom, but everybody does their own thing.
Right.
So we get together and we can talk about anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And that stuff too, but what's everybody else doing? Like what else is going on with everybody? You know? Stuff that doesn't have anything to do with all this crap. Like I had the greenhouse outside.
Mm-hmm.
The plan was to heat the greenhouse for the winter and keep the stuff out there. But it got colder. It got cold quick. And like temperatures that my plants couldn't handle, and we didn't have it set up. So we had to bring half the greenhouse inside. And it's upstairs. So there's one room that's just got a grow light and a sunny window and all that. And so I could save the peppers and my herbs that can't be out there. But I still have lettuce. I still have a tomato plant in my greenhouse that's doing just fine. I'm shocked.
Wow.
But I thought if I brought it in, I'd kill it. So I was like, well, but I don't know if it's because, that sun, when we get it, I don't know. I haven't put any heat out there yet. But my chocolate mint and my sage are still growing in the greenhouse. And I have rutabaga and I always forget the other one. It's a big, huge green leafy. We would eat it like greens. I can't think of. I think
Spinach.
No. I've got spinach and lettuce and
Kale.
No, my kale died. It starts with a B. Is that right? A B. I don't know. It's got purple, really thick purple. I can't even think of what it is. Rutabaga. It's rutabaga.
Oh, yeah.
I have rutabaga out there, and they're doing just fine. Just fine. And everything that I brought inside, which I showed that on that live, all those habanero peppers, my green peppers, red peppers, yellow peppers, beautiful. Brought them in the house so they didn't get, because that cold air will stunt your plants.
Mm-hmm.
And I brought them in, and all the rest of my herbs. And the only herb that's a little iffy is the citronella. But I mean, citronella wants to be outside in that heat and the air, and so I'm trying my best, but it didn't die. It still smells good. But like I'm doing like that kind of stuff, like fiddling.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else able to get their plants and stuff in or save some of their stuff or because I was worried about it.
Right. I'm uh I'm still debating on my herbs.
Right? Well, there's some that all they need is a window seal and they'll be fine. But then, others need, they're different. But, oh, sorry. It's probably loud.
Right.
You got to get something out of the cupboard, so I don't mean to be loud for a sec.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie, I'm still trying to wake up.
Really?
Mm,
Well, everybody wake up GA because she's struggling a little.
when it gets chilly, I want to hibernate.
Right? Right? I'm the same way. I was telling GA I want those jammies with the feet. I haven't had those in a long time, but I kind of think I want a pair. Just zip up in them and just stay there.
Mm, what the hell is he doing? In your run with the baby.
Try to get him to sleep.
Hmm. Yep. Most days I need to be, Suzanne. I ain't even gonna lie.
Right? But we still get up,
Right.
even if we don't want to. Right?
Yeah, I need to start. Sorry, go ahead, start.
Everybody's got something different going on with them. It just seems like everybody has something going on. Everybody can relate to everybody, and it's just before it used to be like, oh, did you hear about so and so? They're not feeling so good, but now it's like nobody feels good. Everybody hurts. It's
Yeah.
it's just I don't know. I sometimes I think that, well, I believe this too, that your overall feeling, can make you feel sick or not make you feel good sometimes too, because it brings you down. And with all the stuff going on in the world, it's like, don't let it bring you down type of thing.
Right. Absolutely.
Part of keeping your mind right. If you keep your mind right, you can keep your immune system up too. It all goes together. And it's going to be important. What is the matter with you, puppy? Okay. Jay, I'll be right back. I got to let him out.
All right. IBS is rough. Oh, the sun's coming out. That works, right? No, it's my turn to talk to myself. Shoot, I do that enough.
You got anything going on this morning?
Not really.
Can I go into the grocery store then?
Yeah.
I know I owe you hours. I mean, I know you're over hours, but you know I'll catch it. I just know I got to go for them and us.
Will you pick up some sugar?
Yes.
Thank you.
That's why I said I got to go for them and us.
All right.
We're having broccoli and potato soup tonight.
Sounds good to me. All right, immense. Take your time. Right, Susanna? So, per Fox News, Republicans are 1 seat away from House majority. What do y'all think?
What is it, 49 to 50 something? I don't know. I think it's on, my opinion. I just think it's on purpose.
Well, what kills me is it says Democrats has got 205 and Republicans has got 217.
Right? But I'm sure there's, I don't know what narrative they're putting out about it right at today. But
Right.
my opinion, but I just think it's hopism. It's like the Dems, like, you know, dangling candy, you know, in front of you. It's like, because they want to be like, oh my gosh. And we kind of need the Senate, you know?
Right. And now they saying Biden pledges $20 billion in American taxpayer money to help country transition away from coal.
Right.
What
We're going to pay other countries to get rid of their resources as they take ours at the same time and blame us for it. It makes total sense. Because we don't need $20 billion to fix the baby food problem or baby formula problem or the people in Florida, you know, or homeless. I'm going to rant. You know what I mean? That's, I hear numbers like that and I'm like, that's ridiculous. I just think it's all crap.
Right.
You know, I'm the one that thinks it's all crap. Come on. Everybody should know this by now. I think it's all BS. I think if mainstream's putting it out, it's not true. It's the opposite. Or they're not telling the whole truth. So it always looks like one side's bad and one side's good. But we know better. So, like, ugh.
Right. Who it says 205 for Democrats and 217 for Republicans. That's one map. And the other one says 50 Democrats, 49 Republicans, and 51's needed.
Right.
So, yeah. That's just, yeah. So, I wanted to ask y'all's opinion on something. And I'm going to ask and then I'm going to roll a cigarette.
I don't give opinions. Oh,
Right, Susanna. So what do y'all think Trump's announcement from Mar-a-Lago today's gonna be?
mhm. Yeah, what y'all think about that? The narrative is completely set up for Trump at the moment. So, I mean, what's everybody think that's going to be? The obvious, or do you think it'll be something else? Because it's what people are talking about. I'm not talking about it, but apparently this is newsworthy. Yeah, I am the opinionated one. I say it all the time. And that's just me. I'm sorry if anybody gets offended by anything I think or have an opinion about.
No need to be sorry. We all have opinions and thoughts. I mean, I've heard that it could be several things. Personally, I don't know.
Right.
I don't think he would have kept campaigning if he wasn't going to run. Right, Hope? I think it might very well could be something bigger. Joe, you know you always free to state your opinion.
Absolutely. I love them. I think they're great.
Right?
I do. Well, I think the narrative is set up for, the public that he's going to run. So, more hopeism, that everything's going to get great and better. And you need a face for the people. So I totally get that. And right now, he seems to be it. Everybody rallies around him, and it's getting greater and greater. But when you look at the alternative, okay, so,
Mm-hmm.
but the narrative is kind of set up for him to announce that he's going to, run again.
Right.
Nobody else seems to be talking about it that anybody's paying attention to. So again, the narrative set up that way. I'm not bashing Trump. I have nothing negative to say about him. It's just the narrative that I complain about and what mainstream does with it.
Right. You know, if you read and listen to certain other groups, it'll definitely make you sit there and think. It'll make you wonder truly where certain loyalties lie. And I don't mean the government. But it's people that are here to serve this country. Just saying, I'm going to let y'all think on that one a minute. And yes, I'm having to be careful in how I word things. Starzz knows what I'm talking about.
That's why I'm just reading the chat. Yeah, if we were on Rumble or something, we could just blah, you know what I mean? But yeah, so I don't know whatever narrative they're gonna throw out about him. And depending on what you follow and what you think he is, or who he is, or where he's from, or what he's here for, because he's plastered, there's like so many things you probably don't know. A lot of people don't know, but right now in the country, like, who is there anybody really wants to hear from? I mean, honestly, is there a movie star, or is there somebody on TV? Is there anybody the whole country like really wants to hear from at the moment? Because if you had to choose between the president and Trump, no one's going to want to hear the president. They don't want to, so.
Right. Joe said, I think the whole mess is a Dutch rudder. One side wants the feudal system, the other a more plantation-driven society. Neither wants free citizens, just subjects.
Right.
Right.
Exactly, because we're their property, y'all. I'm just saying.
Right. Right, Joe? I completely agree there.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh.
I just had a thought on that one.
The way I look at it, that's how I look at it. There's two sides, and we are the things that we know about, one side and a group of people and how they're doing the country, let alone the planet. Okay, we know all the bad stuff. But the other side that everybody thinks is good, they know it too. You see, that's what I can't, that's where I go. I'm like, well, both sides know what's really going on, because those are all the rabbit holes and all the stuff we talk about all the time. And so they both know. And neither side's doing anything. One just seems to be controlling it at the moment, and then the other side will. It's like, but they know that there's all the bad's going on. So to me, they're all the same to me. And then it's whatever narrative they want to put out about this person. If the mainstream wanted to make Trump look good, like a good, wholesome person, they could in a heartbeat, no problem. A week of stuff about Trump, make everybody forget they could do it. They just choose not to, you know what I mean? And make one look good and one look bad, and they'll change it up. But to me, they're all the same, because they all know what's going on, and we're all still sitting here talking about it.
Yep. Hey, pilot.
Ugh.
Got 2 inches of snow. Hey, heathen.
There's the snow. There's where the snow is, because it's not here, and I want it. I'm one of those people. I want to see it. Ugh.
I'm scatterbrained this morning.
I'm okay if I'm not alone up here, and I'm okay if when the chat's like talking about stuff you want to talk about, that you can talk about.
Right. And I didn't get to finish that whole train of thought earlier because I got distracted. I wanted to mention, when we're up here, we're talking about things, we're either giving our opinion, or we're telling you stuff that we have researched out. And we're not trying to offend no one. We're trying to get what we know out. You know,
Mm.
so please don't take it offensively. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
if you want to discuss it, you know, we'll stop what we're talking about and we'll discuss it. You know, just please be respectful and mindful.
Oh, yeah.
That's all we ask.
Right. That's fun. I want to know what other people think. I love that. I don't judge people because they don't think like me. I just,
Mm-mm.
but I don't have any, I'm not afraid to say how I think about something. So I don't know how people take that. But no, I like to hear what what other people think as long as you're not putting me down for what I think, you know?
Exactly. Hoot said before becoming President Trump, Mr. Trump gave his own money to help people right up to not taking a salary when in office. Butthead is giving away the people's money and help nobody. Absolutely, Hoot.
Right? Oh, I've watched Trump do some pretty cool things. I watched him sign bills that were pretty cool.
Mm.
I mean, right. I'm not knocking him. I'm just saying they all know what's going on, you know. They all know.
Joe said, yeah, Hoot, much rather have a baboon with mean tweets and cheap gas than a molester with some woke agenda and an ice cream habit, right? Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. I feel the exact same way. I feel the exact same way.
Mm.
I come my behind back in the house where it's warmer. My only issue with Orange Man, he bowed to gun control pressure following a shooting and set a dangerous precedent for the ATF and others. Absolutely.
Well,
Oh Lord, Susanna. But you know, at least Trump knew who he worked for. You know? And I mean, the Republicans is just as guilty of forgetting who they work for as the Democrats. You're hungry?
right. If you pick
Okay.
it apart politically, I mean, Trump's amazing. Absolutely. We all know
Each cup.
that the whole planet knows this. There's no question in that. Or what he did for the country or any of that. There's no question in that.
Right.
My thing is that we live in a society where it's okay that people know that there's bad things going on and they're not telling us, let alone doing anything about it themselves. Now, depending on what you believe that there are people out there trying to take care of all this crazy crap and do stuff about it, depending on what you follow. But
Right. I'm here. I'm just getting a little bit of Pop-Tart.
right.
He's hungry. Or as he says, I honey, Nene, I honey.
Aw.
Don't you, boo-boo?
I was going to read Joe's.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
funny how Red Team gets in power, yet they don't actually do much to deregulate things from the National Firearms Act. At one point, they had a supermajority of it, didn't even bother trying. Right.
Right. Absolutely.
And then
But
says
yes,
hurricane is
go
just now getting. I don't know. Just like the hurricane's just now getting there. What? I'm like, wait.
that it does, Hope. That it does.
Right? Absolutely.
You know, the reason why I like Trump is because he was not a career politician. I mean, how many people do you know that can go from just a entrepreneurial mogul to president of the United States? Just saying. And before he ran for office, all them blue people was, oh, Trump should run for office. Trump should run for office. He'd make an awesome president. And then when he runs, they're all against him. Turn it down, somebody.
Right.
Go
They're able
ahead.
to control that. That's why. I just,
Mhm.
it's hard not to say stuff. I mean, depending on what you follow, he's been prophesized. I'm just saying. And depending on what you follow, he's in control of a lot of things right now. And we all don't know it. So
Mhm.
it depends how you look at it. It really does. There's been books. We all know this stuff. He's more than just somebody that was on TV, that was rich, that became president. If you've researched it at all, or you've heard about it at all, then you know there's more to him than that. I mean, there literally is more to him than just what the average person might think if they didn't know all this stuff. But you can go research it in all kinds of ways, and everybody's talking about him. It doesn't matter what you follow. It's the stars, the cosmos, or the 17th letter in the alphabet, the prophecies. It does not matter. They all have, he's in there somewhere.
Right.
It's more than just he was president, now he's not. We all wish he would come back. It depending on what you follow. Just
Right.
saying. I just don't want people to think that I'm hating on anybody, because I'm not, and I don't bash him at all. But I've just researched this in so many different directions, in him and his family, that I just, I've got my opinion now.
All right.
Nini.
What? What are you into there?
I just wanted to watch Mickey Mouse.
Wait a minute. That's not right. No. Hang on.
Right?
I'm getting the kid back into Disney Plus, so give me just a minute.
All right. Well, Joe said, my friend, one of them lives in Oregon. They banned even guns, some made around year 1900, based purely on cosmetic features, and are making huge requirements to get licensed. Yeah. And Pilot says, I would say the American people get what they vote for, but we all know they pulled another fast one. Then the sheep get the student loan debt forgiveness pulled from under their feet. Yep, that's my whole, it's all hopeism to me. It's all give people hope and distract them when all this really gnarly stuff is going on. And if people aren't paying attention or seeing the stuff that we do, and they're following all the hopeism, they're just in a dreamland all the time, and they constantly, like you said, get it pulled out from under their feet. Because there's a lot of people that counted on that student loan forgiveness. They counted on it.
Right.
I'm like, oh my goodness.
You're welcome, boo-boo. I kind of got sidetracked there. Again,
Right?
at least we know I get sidetracked for a good cause, right? Just imagine the numbers who voted thinking it was going to actually happen. I told every libtard at work it'll never happen, and they fell for it.
Right? Like, we couldn't see that coming.
Right?
No matter what happened, we couldn't see that coming. We all don't know what really happened and then how it is now. So that's the kind of, I always go, why? Well, how come? So my question would be, well, how come if we know it's all BS and we my opinion, who I think really won, and he knows that, and they couldn't do anything about it? You tell me how they can't get on the news and scream it to the world. How come? You know what I mean? They didn't do anything. I don't get it. That's the stuff that I go, well, I don't get it. You know, you won, and there's nothing being done about it, and we have a whole nother president, and he's a freaking idiot. So they're not doing anything about it. It's like they all know. So to me, it's a narrative, because what else would it be? A normal person, a normal community, a normal place with leaders, you'd get them the heck out of there. You would keep the good one and get rid of the bad one. And everybody would know, the good one. You know what I know you know what I mean. I get flustered.
Yeah.
I'm just
You're
saying. Come on. That's what I do.
Morning, Minnie. How are you, hon?
Happy Tuesday.
So, I'm sitting here looking through the earthquake app I have. 4 hours ago, they had a 3.3, 7 kilometers west-southwest of Minco, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Is that normal? Stuff shaking in Oklahoma.
Right. They had a 3.7 in Alaska, in which Alaska's got where they're having them daily. Right now, I'm just going through the ones in the U.S. 11 hours ago, they had a 3.0 west-northwest of Kingston, Nevada.
Stuff is shaking.
Right. Still a lot in Mexico. Uh-oh. Looks like they got a volcano waking up in California.
Totally normal.
Right? Oh, 18 hours ago, they had a 3.0 near Richmond, Virginia.
So everybody believe those are earthquakes?
I don't.
Do you all believe those are earthquakes? I'm just curious. I know a lot of folks report they hear like what sounds like a sonic boom or something blowing up, things like that as well.
Mm-hmm.
When stuff like this happens. Just saying. Not all of them, because clearly we have earthquakes. It's a planet. It does stuff. But come on. Okay.
Oh, Mitch McConnell is speaking as questions remain over Senate GOP's future. Well, I'm looking through the headlines now. There ain't really a lot this morning so far. Any thoughts on what Trump's announcement today will be? I asked the same thing earlier, Pilot.
That's what started the whole conversation about him to begin with, was that question.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, we don't know. I mean, my guess was the narrative they're trying to give that he's gonna, put himself out there and run. So
What was that? I don't know if we could even talk about that.
well, then don't. If that's where your mind goes, then we'll talk about it later. Mm-mm. No.
Pilot, mainly none of us really know.
No.
I mean, it's supposed to be, they're in Mar-a-Lago. So.
Right. If his announcement is a press conference with all of the media at Mar-a-Lago, and he has an announcement, I guess it's something like that, but I know a lot of people are waiting for him to get on Twitter and make an announcement or a comment.
Yes, that's the one I was going to talk about.
Right. Well, it wouldn't matter where he was sitting to do that. He doesn't have to be in Mar-a-Lago. So my thing is that if he's in Mar-a-Lago, it's probably more of a press conference announcement thing and give everybody what they've been waiting for.
He got a little excited there. He's
Right?
watching his tablet and holding in his hand and eating a popcorn.
Oh my gosh, I'm so cute.
Pilot said, I figured if they took the House, he'd announce his desire to want the Speaker of the House position. Literally, can y'all imagine that?
That'd be great. It just gives everybody yeah.
Joe, I literally read through the headlines and that's it.
But does that make sense?
Right.
Okay, does that make sense? Okay, there's no headlines that are like out there, but like we have an entire state that is suffering from 2 hurricanes in 1 month. And what's going on with all the people? Are they okay? Because I don't see them reporting that. There's no headlines about that. We're supposed to be at war, right? Isn't that what's going on the other side of the planet? So I'm like, why isn't that? They shove it down your throat, so it's gone. And now it's the election crap. It's like, wait a minute. A week ago, 2 weeks ago, they had the whole country worried about what are those pills? Yes, they've got that narrative out there for everybody 2 weeks ago. Now it's like, what's going on? Nothing. Wait a minute. No, all that stuff is still going on. It's all still going on. It's just what they want you to pay attention to that day. So
exactly.
Prepping for all this shit, right? Excuse my mouth, but I'm like, y'all are still prepping, right? You're not like, well, there's nothing going on in the world, so we're good, because that's not the case.
And how often do you hear the media talking about Russia?
Right? Well, it seems they should be talking about Iran and Israel and a couple other places too. Maybe China. I don't know. I think all of it should be out there more. How come we know all this stuff? We talk about it and we can't. You can't go watch it on the news.
Nope. I mean, even the so-called far right Fox News isn't even reporting on half this shit.
No, they
I'll be
want,
right back.
one
I'm gonna
news
roll a
station.
cigarette.
Okay. My opinion, they want one news. They want everybody to at least go to one news station. So let's make Fox not look so bad. Let's put people up on their panels that aren't so biased towards Trump. You know, they can relate to the people. Really? Well, I would do the same thing. I'd be like, okay, well, we have all the stations. Let's pick one. Let's get one where we can at least get everybody to go. And then we want to give them some narrative and some stuff. They'll right there. They're still paying attention to it. They're still watching it. That's how I feel. Where's the fake news when the whole FTX scam came out? The election should have been shut down by the military, redone under their. We know that.
Yep.
But our vote supposedly mattered, but our opinions don't, and whatever. We know that. we know that. That's why everybody went and voted, and then look what happened. Right, I know. Pfizer. Right?
Yep. You know, yeah, I went squirrel. I did. I went squirrel. That must not have been important.
Mm.
Right, Hope? Hope said, I am still upset over the U.S. becoming the biggest importer of food next year, not exporting and keeping our leverage against communist countries. Absolutely.
Well, right. And we made mention of that last night too. But at the same time, to add to that, if all of our food's coming from elsewhere and they don't feel like sending it to us, then what? If we're fighting or they don't want to send it to us or there's a storm out in the water, you know what I mean? If we don't have anything here and it's all coming in, that it just seems like, I don't know how to say it, like now our lives depend on other countries instead of our own.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And just think about how fast the once greatest nation on this earth will become a third world country. Think about how fast we will look like Africa.
On purpose, mind you. But if they're gonna get rid of, the trucks and the cars and the planes and the boats and the ships and all the fluids and that's ships, right? And how are they gonna get our food here? If they're taking all, how are they doing that? I'm just curious. I mean, I know it's supposed to be in the future, but it's not that far off. And they're shoving it down our throat. That they have to get rid of all this stuff. Well, those ships it's all bunker fuel in those ships. And I'm like, isn't that a resource they're doing away with as well? Isn't that a problem with climate change? Just saying, how are they going to get the food here is what I want to know. That's all I want to know.
Right. Immense, are you talking about the new Hellhound variant?
What? There's a new cootie?
Yeah. It's called the Hellhound.
What is it?
COVID.
So it's the same cootie, but it's got a different variant now.
Mm-hmm. Immense said Lambda. I've heard of the Hellhound variant.
Yeah, I'm not even going to comment on the cooties. I don't think I should go there today. Nope.
remember it wasn't that many years ago that they had what, about half the alphabet full of flu.
Right.
You know, they had so many different variants of the flu.
Right. So keep your immune systems up. Research alternative ways to have some of the things that you get over the counter at the store when you're not feeling so well that are healthy. Stock up on things like lemons and honey.
Vitamins.
Elderberry. Keep your immune systems up. You keep them good now, and maybe you don't get the cooties later. Or when you do. Who? Right? I'm like, I don't know. Just, it's where my mind goes. I'm like, okay, we're counting on somebody else, but we're supposed to be taking transportation away, so it makes no sense.
Right. This variant was from 4 days ago.
What it was? Oh,
What was you saying?
Keep prepping.
Mm-hmm.
That's just.
Absolutely.
Like at this point, if I'm not here, somebody else can eat it. Somebody else can use it to survive. I'm just like,
Absolutely. You know, like, what if something happens to us? Wouldn't we want our children or our grandchildren to have it and survive as long as they could? You know?
keep it in the back of your mind that that's not what they want for us. That's what we want for us.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we want for our kids and our grandkids. And we want them to still be here. We want them to survive. We want them to know how, but it just feels like every day there's a new trap set for a new group of people. And that's how I look at it. And I'm like, how can I keep myself out of a trap where I have to? And so that's one of the ways I look at it.
Right. And you know what I still want to know? What happened to them vials of smallpox? Just asking.
Right. I mean, they'll throw it out there and let you know and then they'll switch the news and then everybody forgets about it, literally. Like
Right.
It's all still out there. It's all still going on.
A lot of people nowadays, with all the technology in the world, does not have long attention spans at all. And with that, it leads to them forgetting things that is brought to the forefront.
Right. And they're like, you get trained unconsciously. You don't realize you're being trained to just keep going. You seen it, keep going. You seen it, keep going. It's like you're seeing 1,000 pictures in 5 minutes. It's like, oh my God. Because you just, okay. And I can tell you a lot of young people, you'll be like, you remember 9th grade? And I don't know. What? You don't remember being in 6th grade and you got hurt? And no, what? A lot of young people. And I'm like, right? Because they didn't grow up living in the moment. They grew up living glued to something, watching it. Their eyes were, you know
Mhm.
what I mean? They weren't living in the moments like we were when we were growing up.
Right. Is everyone teaching their children and grands? Because I've been teaching it for 46 years, and some of mine don't pay attention. No toilet paper was a wake up call for one of mine. Right, Hope?
Right. And with my daughter, at the beginning of the summer, she lives like an hour from me, and she hadn't even been in her place for a year yet out of here, and they lost power, and she didn't take preps, and they didn't have a flashlight or batteries, and I'm just like, so I reiterated, and they know, and
Mm.
the other two, they've got it, they're fine, but you know, she's that kind of person. I'll figure it out on my own. I'll learn it on my own. And then she's like, I don't have anything. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they didn't have anything. So it's like, come get the preps, but yeah, I write it down as well. I
Throw your
read so
paper
much.
away. No, sir, come throw your paper away. Thank you.
And mine were, I mean, they moved out in the last year and a half. And so they grew up with, mom's a prepper, and they know how to use stuff and they know what stuff's for. Um, Plus, I write it down, and I even go as far as, because I'm so worried for some reason me or Chad won't be here and they would be here, and they might not. It might not click. So I even, like, there's tubs where I've got directions written down on a piece of paper. When you open the tub, you know what's in there and what you're supposed to do with it, just in case. So I mean, I even went as far as that. But
Mhm. And I mean, I talked to my oldest and her husband about all this. Y'all seen them come up on live streams with us. Stars and Fawn Susanna will tell you too. We've all been in private conversations with the two of them, teaching them this stuff, talking about it. My youngest, she's 12, so she's still at home, but she's learning as well. You know, my youngest daughter's learning how to drive a tractor so she can plow the garden. So we lost power a few months back on a Sunday. I plugged in the generator and kept the fridge going with football game on TV. Rest of the neighborhood was dark. So many not ready for a simple blackout. Right, pilot? Many I have not heard what time. I still can't believe that guy doesn't know how to use the stove to heat leftovers up. Right, Joe? I told them when they started housekeeping to buy candles, flashlights, extra blankets, and alternative heating before you buy the pretty stuff. Right, who? I'll get it spit out in a minute. But absolutely. I thought his presser was at 7 Eastern. I'm not sure. I hadn't seen a time on it. But that's one thing. Kids do not stop and think about alternative ways to do anything. And of course, food, right? Absolutely.
Right. That was one of the big things. I don't know, it might sound funny, but it was one of the big things that we did when the kids lived here. And it was a couple summers ago, several summers before the cooties. But every Saturday morning, we would get up over the summer and we would go out and make a fire in the fire pit a different way. So they were watching us. They're like, oh my God, you know, you got to imagine when they were here too, because it was Saturday morning. But we would go out there and like one time we would use lint and the flint, or we would use like a lighter and you know, the whole thing. We did it so many different times. So they would know how to make fire. We did it in the rain. And then they know how to cook on it because they watched me do it and they helped me do it. And they know it's simple. It's not hard. It's simple. It's all about the heat. So they do have that skill down, which I thought it was important because, you know, we grew up in the city and we didn't move out here until like 7 or 8 years ago. So my kids grew up in the city. And one thing they didn't know how to do was, you know, make a fire unless it was out of charcoal and, you know, lighter fluid. So I made sure they knew how to do that.
Right. But, all right, guys. I want to say I've enjoyed this morning. We had an absolutely excellent conversation. You know, I want to thank everybody for coming in, and I want to thank Starzz for being my ride or die up here.
Jamie! Right? Thanks for trusting me to, like, breathe at your panel when you leave me, and I'm all scared because you're gone.
Just because you can't hear me don't mean I'm not right here.
I know. It was all good, though. Very nice. Thank you for having me up here with you.
Absolutely. Yeah, immense. I don't want to hold everybody up all day. That and two, I want to get started on my applesauce. So, but I love each and every one of y'all. We will be doing this again Thursday morning.
What?
Yep. So, and of course we will be back tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. So, you guys enjoy your day. Y'all have a good one. I love y'all. And let's see what music I want to torture y'all with on the way out the door.
Ooh.
We'll re-torture them with the opener.
Okay.
Walk alone when the smoke starts rising. Walk alone when the earth stands still. Stand tall when I'm up to no good again. Stand tall when the shit gets real. Walk alone in the sea of misfits. Walk alone through the herd of sheep. Way down to the depths of my soul. I walk alone on my home too. Walk alone. I walk alone. Home to free. Walk alone. I walk alone. I thought that I was already at the bottom of this ocean, drowning in my sorrows with my chest ripped wide open, just hoping for a miracle, praying for a blessing, reaching out to God. Lord, I hope I learn my lesson. I've been restless in this pursuit of happiness I'm chasing. Policeman, don't shoot, I just got off probation, trying to fight off temptation from my past life I'm erasing.